Big help could be right around the corner for military members, veterans, and their families.
The Senate is considering expanding access to outside civilian medical providers for military vets, plus taking action to help military spouses find employment. 13 News Now reporter Mike Gooding spoke about these initiatives today with Virginia Senator Tim Kaine.
That is right, Janet. And David Kaine said today he is totally behind both of these ideas, that they make sense and they're the right thing to do. Unemployment for military spouses remains high. According to the Rand Corporation, for females aged 26 to 30, the rate is 26%. After meeting with military spouses in Hampton Roads earlier this year, Virginia Senator Tim Kaine has now authored 2 bills to help close the gap.
So sometimes the best jobs around a military base are with other federal agencies, and so it's sort of like a preference or an expedited hiring process for military spouses. Second, it would provide more ability for military spouses to do entrepreneurship on bases.
On another military-related issue, there is the new $52 billion VA healthcare overhaul bill. It expands the current VA Choice program by increasing outside military care options for the nation's 21.8 million veterans. VA officials would more easily be able to enter into partnerships with community healthcare providers to create a broader network of options for veterans. The bill passed overwhelmingly last week in the House and moves now this week to the Senate with a vote expected tomorrow. Kaine says he'll vote yes.
We have a lot more work to do in this area to make sure that the veterans who have borne the battle and endured the sacrifice find that society meets the promises we've made to them. But I think this bill is a step in the right direction.
And Kaine said he also hopes that Congress will maintain forward motion toward a 355-ship Navy. Kaine says he hopes that that effort will include not only finding the funding to construct and maintain the ships, but to build the workforce to build those ships. Reporting live, Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.